Welcome back to Moral Stories for English Learners. In today's lesson, we're continuing our journey with Wren and Martin's Grammar Guide. We'll be covering Chapter 2, Subject and Predicate, which is essential for understanding sentence structure. In this chapter, you'll learn how to identify the main parts of a sentence and how they work together. Make sure you have your notebooks ready because this is a key topic for mastering English grammar. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on our free courses and lessons. Let's get started. Chapter 2, Subject and Predicate. Note number 3: when we make a sentence, 1. We name some person or thing, and 2. Say something about that person or thing. Explanation. A sentence is made up of two essential parts. First, we identify a person or thing, which is the subject of the sentence. Then, we make a statement or give information about that subject. For example, in the sentence, the cat is sleeping, the cat is the subject, and is sleeping is the information about the subject. In other words, we must have a subject to speak about and we must say or predicate something about that subject. Explanation. In every sentence, there are two key components: the subject, who or what the sentence is about, and the predicate, what is being said about the subject. Without both, the sentence is incomplete. Hence, every sentence has two parts. 1. The part which names the person or thing we are speaking about. This is called the subject of the sentence. 2. The part which tells something about the subject. This is called the predicate of the sentence. Explanation. Every complete sentence has these two parts. The subject is the main focus of the sentence, while the predicate provides additional information, an action, or a description related to the subject. Note number 4: the subject of a sentence usually comes first, but occasionally it is put after the predicate, as "Here comes the bus." Sweet are the uses of adversity. Explanation. Although the subject typically appears at the beginning of a sentence, there are exceptions, especially in poetic or formal language, where the predicate comes first. Note number 5. In imperative sentences, the subject is left out, as "Sit down." Here the subject you is understood. Thank him. Here too the subject you is understood. Explanation. In imperative sentences, the subject you is implied but not directly mentioned. These sentences usually give commands, requests, or instructions. Exercise in Grammar 1. In the following sentences, separate the subject and the predicate. 1. The cackling of geese saved Rome. Subject: the cackling of geese. Explanation: this part names the thing, the sound made by the geese, that the sentence is about. Predicate: saved Rome. Explanation: this part tells us what happened or what action was taken by the subject. It gives us more information about the cackling of geese, it saved Rome. 2. The boy stood on the burning deck. Subject: the boy. Explanation: this is the person the sentence talks about, so it's the subject. Predicate: stood on the burning deck. Explanation: this part describes what the boy did and where he was, providing information about the subject's action. 3. Tubal-Cain was a man of might. Subject: Tubal-Cain. Explanation: the name Tubal-Cain refers to the person the sentence is about, making it the subject. Predicate: was a man of might. Explanation: this part gives information about Tubal-Cain, specifically describing what kind of man he was. Hence, it's the predicate. 4. Stone walls do not make a prison. Subject: stone walls. Explanation: this part names the thing being discussed, the stone walls. Predicate: do not make a prison. Explanation: this tells us what the stone walls are incapable of doing, making a prison. It gives us information about the subject. 5. The singing of the birds delights us. Subject: the singing of the birds. Explanation: this phrase names the action, singing, done by the birds, which is the focus of the sentence. Predicate: delights us. Explanation: the predicate tells us the effect of the birds singing, that it delights us. It provides more details about the subject. 6. Miss Kitty was rude at the table one day. Subject: Miss Kitty. Explanation: Miss Kitty is the person the sentence refers to, so she is the subject. Predicate: was rude at the table one day. Explanation: this part tells us about Miss Kitty's behavior, being rude, and the situation at the table one day. It gives more information about the subject. 7. He has a good memory. Subject: he. Explanation: he is the person being talked about. Predicate: has a good memory. Explanation: this part tells us what the subject possesses, which is a good memory. 8. Bad habits grow unconsciously. Subject: bad habits. Explanation: the subject refers to the habits, which are the focus of the sentence. Predicate: grow unconsciously. Explanation: this tells us what happens to the bad habits, they grow, and it happens unconsciously. The predicate provides this information. 9. The earth revolves round the sun. Subject: the earth. Explanation: the earth is the thing being discussed. Predicate: revolves round the sun. Explanation: this part tells us what the earth does, specifically its movement around the sun. 10. Nature is the best physician. Subject: nature. Explanation: nature is the focus of the sentence. Predicate: is the best physician. Explanation: this part tells us more about nature, describing it as the best healer or physician. 11. Edison invented the phonograph. Subject: Edison. Explanation: Edison is the person being talked about. Predicate: invented the phonograph. Explanation: this tells us what Edison did, he invented the phonograph. 12. The sea hath many thousand sands. Subject: the sea. Explanation: the subject here is the sea, which is the focus of the sentence. Predicate: hath many thousand sands. Explanation: this tells us something about the sea, describing what it contains, many thousand sands. 13. We cannot pump the ocean dry. Subject: we. Explanation: we refers to the people being spoken about, making it the subject. Predicate: cannot pump the ocean dry. Explanation: this part describes what the subject cannot do, they cannot pump the ocean dry. 14. Borrowed garments never fit well. Subject: borrowed garments. Explanation: borrowed garments are the items being talked about. Predicate: never fit well. Explanation: this tells us something about borrowed garments, they don't fit well. Hence, it's the predicate. 15. The early bird catches the worm. Subject: the early bird. Explanation: the phrase the early bird refers to the person or animal being spoken about. Predicate: catches the worm. Explanation: the predicate tells us what happens when the bird is early, it catches the worm. 16. All matter is indestructible. Subject: all matter. Explanation: all matter refers to everything that makes up the physical universe, which is the subject. Predicate: is indestructible. Explanation: this part gives us information about matter, it cannot be destroyed, hence the predicate. 17. Islamabad is the capital of Pakistan. Subject: Islamabad. Explanation: Islamabad is the city being referred to, so it is the subject. Predicate: is the capital of Pakistan. Explanation: this part provides information about Islamabad, identifying it as the capital of Pakistan. 18. We should profit by experience. Subject: we. Explanation: we refers to the people being discussed, making it the subject. Predicate: should profit by experience. Explanation: the predicate tells us what the subject should do, gain profit from experience. 19. All roads lead to Rome. Subject: all roads. Explanation: the phrase all roads refers to the things being talked about, making it the subject. Predicate: lead to Rome. Explanation: this part tells us where all roads go, they lead to Rome. This is the information about the subject. 20. A guilty conscience needs no excuse. Subject: a guilty conscience. Explanation: a guilty conscience refers to the feeling of guilt being spoken about, so it's the subject. Predicate: needs no excuse. Explanation: this part tells us something about the guilty conscience, it doesn't require any excuse. Hence, it's the predicate. Congratulations! Today, we have successfully covered Chapter 2, Subject and Predicate from Wren and Martin. I hope this lesson has helped you understand the key concepts and how to identify subjects and predicates in sentences. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Moral Stories for English Learners for more free courses like this one. Your support is important. 98% of our viewers are currently not subscribed, so if you're one of them, please follow this page and stay updated with all our future content. Like, comment, and share your thoughts, and don't forget to follow the page as you continue your English learning journey. Remember, by accepting your teacher's instructions, you'll improve faster and achieve your goals. Thank you for watching.